Good afternoon, everyone. We will continue our discussion on the different characteristics of overcurrent relays. So, mainly there are four characteristics overcurrent relay may have. Uh, Overcurrent relay are the relays which operate based on the value of the current if it is more than the set value. That is what the name overcurrent suggests. Overcurrent. If the value of the current through the relay coil is more than set value, relay will trip. That is what is the logic of overcurrent relay. Now, when relay trips, what type of characteristic it will follow? So there are four characteristics generally which are used in practice. One is called as the instantaneous. Instantaneous relays do not have any intentional time delay. Is discussed time delay provided. Okay, it will take some minimum time to operate, which is generally 1 to 2 cycle after the fault. Again, remember, relays cannot prevent fault; they can only prevent the damage due to fault. They will minimize the damage, and practically there should not be any damage. Relay should operate before any practical damage occur to the system. So it generally operates within 1 to 2 cycle of the fault inception. That is 20 millisecond. You can consider once the fault is occurred in the system. So what is the operation characteristic? Let's say this is the set value. So for if the current through the relay coil is more than set value, okay, then it will operate in some minimum time. That is this is the operating time of relay, which is generally 1 to 2 cycles. Okay, this type of relay are known as the instantaneous relays. Characteristic wise, construction wise, they may be different. We will see in the upcoming sessions. Second type of relay are known as the definite minimum time, where some intentional delay is provided by the operator. Okay, and once the value of the current through the relay coil is more than set value, okay, it will operate in minimum time, set time. And for any value of the current above set value, the time of operation remains constant. Whether it is 2 times, 5 times, 10 times, whatever is the current through the relay coil does not make any difference. Third type of characteristic is known as the inverse time characteristic, where the time of operation is inversely proportional to the current. Okay, so suppose this is the set value. For example, if this is the set value, so if current is more than set value, the time of operation will be inversely proportional to the magnitude of the fault current. Higher the fault current, you can see lower will be the time of operation. Let's say if fault current is this much, it will operate in this much time. Likewise, if fault current is say this much, it will operate in quite a less time. So that is what it follows the inverse characteristic. This type of relay are known as a inverse time overcurrent relays. And the last one is the inverse definite minimum time, which is combination of these two characteristics. It has inverse characteristic for some value of the fault current, and then it has a definite minimum time DMT characteristic for other current values. Generally, inverse characteristic it will follow for fault current up to 20 times the set value. So suppose this is the set value. Suppose CT secondary we have set the current pickup current of the relay we have set as 1 ampere. Okay, so when current through the CT secondary side is flowing more than 1 ampere, it will pick up and it will follow the characteristic. So generally, it will follow inverse characteristic up to 20 times the set value, like here. Generally, this is let's say 20 times the set value. And for fault current greater than 20 times the set value, it will follow DMT characteristic, definite minimum time. So it is combination of these two characteristics. In transmission line protection, using overcurrent relays, we will understand what is advantage of IDMT. It is a better characteristic than inverse time and definite time. So generally this characteristic is known as IDMT characteristic, where it will follow inverse characteristic up to some fault current level, that is generally 20 times the set value, and after that it will follow the definite minimum time characteristic. We will also see how this characteristics can be set. So this is inverse and this is DMT. Combining together, it is called as the inverse definite minimum time characteristic. Clear about the characteristic? When we will say instantaneous, you must remember that it has no intentional delay. It will operate in within one cycle, 1 to 2 cycles from the fault occurrence. When we'll say definite minimum time characteristic means it will have some intentional delay, and irrespective of the magnitude of current, it will operate in the same minimum time, set time. Inverse characteristic is the one which will have the time of operation which is inversely proportional to the current passing through the coil. When the current is more than set value, it is compulsory to have more than set value, otherwise relay will not trip. And fourth one is the combination of inverse and definite minimum time together, which is called as the IDMT. Okay, any doubt about any characteristic? Clear? Yes? Clear? Constant, definite minimum time, like this. So it is combination of two characteristics. For for some value of the fault current, it will have inverse nature, and then it will have definite minimum time nature. So the combined this characteristic is called as IDMT, inverse definite minimum. Okay. Hello. Am I audible now? Is there any issue with the audio? Is there any? My voice is coming. uh, okay, probably, okay, uh, maybe issue with the, no problem. So just we take out. Okay, fine. Now you can say this four characteristics which we have just seen. Then now let us move to the different terminologies that we use for relays, common terminologies. Remember this terminologies are very important because next time when we'll discuss any relay, we will use some of these terminologies. Okay. Uh, at that time, you need to remember that what this particular word means for relay operation. So first one is pickup. Pickup is defined as the value of electrical quantity which is threshold above which relays commences to change the status of contact, or in simple words, I would write here that it is the value of electrical quantity which is threshold above which relay starts its operation. Both are same thing. Okay. Relay commences to change the status of contact. We know that relay is energized. At that time, what will happen when the relay energized? Status of relay contact will change. When relay energizes, when relay operates, the status of relay contact changes, and that is what mentioned here. So we can write that the value of electrical quantity, which is threshold above which relay operates, energizes, or it changes its status of contact. Now, I'll give you an example. Suppose here we have a transmission line, and CT primary is connected in series with the line. Secondary is connected with one of the overcurrent relay. Okay, so it will be like this. This is primary, P1, P2. This is feeder line from a bus. Secondary, and here is the relay coil. This is relay coil. Okay. Suppose here we have 100 bar 1 CT. Okay. So if I set that when current through the relay coil is more than or equal to 1.5 ampere on secondary side, then relay trips. So this 1.5 ampere is nothing, is called as the pickup value, pickup current for this relay. Fine, understand? Clear? Suppose if you said that current through the relay coil is more than 2 ampere, then relay will operate, then 2 ampere is the pickup. Okay. Suppose if I set 2 ampere on secondary side, then when there is a fault and current is 200 ampere, you can see it is 100 bar 1. So when there is a 200 ampere current, the secondary current will be 2 ampere here, and at that time relay will pick up, relay will operate. So I hope pickup is clear. Pickup denotes the value of quantity above which relay will operate, energized. Okay. Second, drop out or reset. Just like as when relay operates, when the quantity, the current through the relay coil is more than set value, it will operate. Similar way, it is the value of electrical quantity which is threshold below which relay contacts return to normal state, means this is de-energization. This is above which, so here it is energization. This value indicates that when relay will pick up, energize. This value indicates that when relay will drop out or reset. Okay. Do you think the pickup and drop out will be same? What do you think? Pickup current will be set same as reset current in a relay? Or let's say pickup current will be greater than reset current? Or pickup current is less than reset current? What do you think? Which option is feasible to you? Looks feasible to you? Yes, Nidhi, correct. They will not be the same. Never. Otherwise, what will happen at the same value, if relay pick up and also reset, physically relay will energize and de-energize continuously at that quantity. So this is not possible. Then your answer is correct, Nidhi. Your answer is correct. Anyone else? Yes, Maimnan, your answer is also correct. Yes, think will it be possible that pickup will be less than reset? ऐसा पॉसिबल होगा कि पिकअप वैल्यू रिसेट से कम होगी? सपोज पिकअप करंट मैंने रखा है 1 एम्पियर और रिसेट अगर होगा रिले 1.2 एम्पियर पर, व्हाट इट मीन्स ये करंट पे रिले एनर्जाइज होगा, ये करंट पे रिले डी एनर्जाइज होगा। उसका मतलब ये हुआ, इज इट पॉसिबल कि 1 एम्पियर पे वो पिकअप हो और 1.2 एम्पियर पे वो फिर से रीसेट हो? ऐसा पॉसिबल है कि रिले 1 एम्पियर पे एनर्जाइज हो और 1.2 एम्पियर पे डी एनर्जाइज हो? इज इट पॉसिबल? Or is this possible pick up to reset? Okay, we will see this. Let us come to relay point. At that time we will discuss this drop off to pick up ratio. It is called as the drop off to pick up. What do you think is feasibly possible? Is feasible? ये feasible है ये चीज कि 1 एम्पियर पे वो एनर्जाइज होगा और 1.2 एम्पियर पे वो डी एनर्जाइज होगा? ऐसा ऐसा पॉसिबल हो? Yes, Maimdan, correct. Yes, now you understand. It is not possible. So generally, uh, this is the case. Generally, pickup is more than reset. We will see in relay also when we will discuss. Okay. Third is called as the operating torque. So this terminologies are for let's say electromechanical relay. Okay, because in microprocessor relay there will be no torque. कोई moving part ही नहीं है उसके अंदर. There are no coils, no magnets, no winding, nothing. So this terminology that we are discussing are for electromechanical relay, the one which will be having some moving parts and coils and magnets and everything. So operating torque is the torque which tends to change the status of contacts. The torque which tends to change the status of the contact. What it means? The torque which will try normally open contact to make close and normally close contact to make it open. That torque will be known in different relay. This operating torque will be developed by different quantities. We will see one by one with each relay. Okay. So operating torque is the torque which will try relay to operate. And in the exactly opposite way, restraining torque is the torque which opposes the operating torque, and it tends to prevent the changeover of the state of the contact. Yes, contact को change नहीं होने देगा. Okay. When relay will operate? रिले कब ऑपरेट होगा? What is correct option? 1, 2, 3. When the relay will trip. Yes, Nikhil, can you tell me? Nikhil, roll number 10. Can you tell me relay कब operate होगा? Yes, Nidhi, correct. Nikhil, roll number 10. Are you there? Think again, Mahimdan. What is question? क्या क्वेश्चन है मालूम है? मैं पूछ रहा हूँ what question I am asking, Nikhil? Tell me the question. What question just I asked you? Yes, Nikhil, quickly. Nikhil, what is the question? Yes, Mahimdan, that is correct. Yes, Nikhil, I am waiting for your reply. I need answer from you. What is the question? ત્યારે મેં શું questions પૂછ્યો છે? That you need to tell me, Nikhil. Are you going to respond? So what is the question and what is the answer? Tell me. What is the question? Nikhil, question क्या है बताओ फटाफट. You don't know. I think you were not attentive. I suppose so. ध्यान है लेक्चर के अंदर मैं क्या बात कर रहा हूं? Then you don't know the question. 5 बार मैंने क्वेश्चन पूछा, एक ही क्वेश्चन. अक्षर, टेल मी रोल नंबर 1. अक्षर, रोल नंबर 1. यस अक्षर. रोल नंबर 1 अक्षर, आई एम वेटिंग फॉर योर रिस्पॉन्स. No, Nikhil, it is not the question. Akshar, are you there? See, next time if you do not respond or you do not reply correctly, please do not request for your attendance, okay? Already I have informed this in group that if you do not respond, you don't know question even, it means you are not listening at all. Dharmesh, roll number 2. Dharmesh, roll number 2. What is the question? Quickly tell me. Okay, good. What is answer? What is answer? What do you think? One, two, or three? Okay. So, see, now relay will operate. This is the condition. Third, ऑपरेटिंग टॉर्क है जो वो रिले को ट्रिप कराने की ट्राई करेगा, रिस्ट्रेनिंग टॉर्क है वो ट्रिप नहीं होने देने की ट्राई करेगा। ठीक है, देन ऑब्वियसली ये when it is less than restraining torque obviously no trip, because ये टॉर्क ज्यादा है इस टॉर्क से, तो रिले ट्रिप होना ही नहीं है। because see, it is like, for example, if I show you in the previous yes, yes, this is a spring. What spring will do? Spring will hold this contact back, so this will provide restraining torque. It will try to hold or push the arm back. यहाँ पे जो heating, okay, that heating will try to bend this, so then it will develop operating torque when the heating effect is such that it is having more if more let's say uh, what we can say, uh, torque, or the force, bending force here, which is more than spring, at that time only the contact will move. So relay will trip only when the operating torque is more than restraining torque. Understand this point. Okay, clear? Then next comes burden. Burden is the power which is absorbed by relay circuit, and the burden is on CT secondary. It is computed generally on CT secondary. Why? Because see, CT primary is connected with equipment or line, secondary is connected with relay coil. Now here this is a coil, so it will have some impedance of the coil, and then there will be voltage drop across this impedance, and there will be current passing through. So whatever the power it absorbs from secondary, and ultimately it is fed from primary, from the CT. So generally burden is computed, which is the power required by absorbed by relay circuit on CT secondary. It is expressed generally in VA. Okay, burden plays important role in CT operation. We will see later on when we discuss about the saturation at that time, that how burden affects the operation of a CT. It is good to have low burden. What is low burden? Low burden means the power absorbed by relaying circuit, if it is lower, it is good. Okay. Then next comes the characteristic of relay. It is a the locus of pickup or reset. It is a locus of pickup or reset. So simply it will show us that when the relay will pick up and when it will reset. Okay. So as we have seen in previous slide, when I said it is a characteristic, so what it shows that the relay will pick up if the current is more than this value, and it will operate in this much time. So this is what is the meaning of characteristic. So this is the locus of pickup. This is locus. Here this is the locus of pickup. You can see this one, the characteristic itself. So that is what is the characteristic means. That how it will follow the tripping of the relay. Fine. Now, with this, all this terminology, I hope you will remember. Pickup is the quantity above which relay starts its operation, energizes. Reset or drop off is the quantity below which it will reset. Generally, the dropout or reset will be lower than pickup, obviously. Operating torque, the torque which will try to operate the relay, energize the relay, trip the relay. Restraining torque is the torque which will try to, which will oppose the operating torque and will not allow relay to trip. Burden is the power requirement of a relaying circuit connected on CT secondary side, and characteristic of the relay is the locus of its pickup. So with this, let us start one of the very important relay as far as the feeder protection and the transmission line protection is concerned. From here on, we will discuss various types of the relays. So first relay is very simple, very simple. This relay is the, you can say that it is the most simple relay out of all. It is called as the attracted armature relay. Attracted armature relay. What is the construction? So if you see here we have a core. This is a core, ferromagnetic. Okay, this one. And this is the pole face, you can say core face or pole face, which is yoke. A coil is wound over the core. You can say this is a coil. So this is a relay coil, which generally I show like this. Sorry. So this is nothing. This is the relay coil, which I show by a circle with the R in it. So this is relay coil, which is connected with CT secondary. So the input to this coil is given from CT secondary. Understand the connection? Primary will be connected in series with equipment you want to protect. Secondary is connected with relay coil. So this is relay coil, this one, wound over the core. Okay. What will happen when the current flows through the relay coil? जब ये coil में से current flow होगा तो क्या होगा core के अंदर? Yes. What will happen in the core? Yes, it will set up the magnetic flux in the core. Okay. So let us say that there is a magnetic flux set up in the core here. The path will be completed through this armature, like this. Fine. And this is called as the armature. Attracted armature, name given is because of this construction. Attracted armature. This armature is pivoted here. You can see. Okay. And there will be spring here that you will see in the different diagram. It is spring. Spring will try to pull this armature back in this direction. Okay. Now, as the current flows through the coil, it will set up the flux. What this flux will try to do to armature, it will try armature to attract towards this direction, the flux. It will try to attract the armature towards the core face, yoke. Fine. And the spring will try to pull armature back on the other direction. So the current flowing through the coil will develop operating torque. And spring will develop restraining torque. Fine. Any doubt in this, that the current flowing through the coil will develop operating torque, which will try to attract the armature towards the yoke, and spring will try to keep armature in the opposite direction. So this torque is called as operating torque, torque developed by the flux set up in the core, and this torque is called as the restraining torque. Now, when relay will operate, operating torque is more than restraining torque. So at certain value of current, when the current through the coil exceeds the threshold level, it is more than set value, flux in the core will be so high at that time, यहाँ पे जो flux setup हो रहा है core के अंदर, उसका value it is high such that now torque developed by this flux line on the armature is more than restraining torque. उस टाइम पे क्या होगा? The armature will be attracted towards the yoke. Clear? When current through the relay coil will be of high magnitude, at a point it will reach at a point when the flux torque developed by this flux attraction, you can say attraction of this flux lines on the armature is so high that it is more than spring torque, and at that time armature will move towards the yoke. So what will happen to this point? As armature is attracted toward this point will move up. Now you can see here, because it is pivoted. Yes, you can rejoin. Now you can see we have a set of contact. This is a common contact. This contact is normally open and this contact is normally closed, you can see. Suppose if I connect positive terminal here and this I connect with the coil of auxiliary relay 86 and negative. What do you see? Is the circuit is closed? Is the circuit is closed? Is this circuit closed or not? ये सर्किट क्लोज है कि ओपन है अभी? या तो यहाँ पे मैंने सपोज बल्ब रखा है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल आई हैव कनेक्टेड अ बल्ब ओवर हियर, और अ हूटर, हूटर मीन्स बजर, आई हैव कनेक्टेड अ बजर ओवर हियर सपोज. विल द बजर ऑन? नॉर्मल कंडीशन में जब ये ऑपरेटिंग टॉर्क रिस्ट्रेनिंग टॉर्क से कम होगा तब ये बजर चालू होगा कि नहीं होगा? व्हाट डू यू थिंक? Open. It is open, so buzzer or hooter will not have any sound. Okay. And second connection which I have shown with NC contact here, what I have done, I have connected a bulb here with positive supply. ये बल्ब चालू रहेगा कि बंद रहेगा जब फॉल्ट नहीं है तब? ये बल्ब चालू रहेगा कि नहीं रहेगा जब फॉल्ट नहीं है तब? इस सर्किट ओपन और इस सर्किट क्लोज्ड with negative terminal, let's say negative terminal. ये सर्किट ओपन है कि क्लोज है? यहाँ पे क्लोज है. सो व्हाट विल हैपन टू बल्ब? लैंप चालू रहेगा कि नहीं रहेगा जब फॉल्ट नहीं है तो? यस, चालू रहेगा. सो डायग्राम इज लाइक दिस. This is just for your understanding, okay? It is like this. Sorry. lamp, buzzer. So this is NO contact we show in the diagram. That NO contact you can see here. At the top. Just a moment. So you can see this contact, set of contact is NO contact here. If I connect this, okay, it is connected over here. And this set of contact is called as NC contact, which is shown here. This is a schematic diagram of this arrangement. Okay. Now, suppose if we set that when the current through the relay coil is more than, let's say, 2 ampere, if we set that if the current, pickup current, if I say that pickup current is 2 ampere, what it means? When current through this relay coil is more than 2 ampere, what will happen? At that time, operating torque will be more than restraining torque and relay will trip. So what will happen? Up to current 2 ampere, when from 0 to 2 ampere, when the current is passing through the coil up to 2 ampere, flux will not be so strong that the torque developed by this flux will be more than spring torque and relay will not operate. When the current through the relay coil is less than 2 ampere or equal to, you can say it is threshold, relay will not trip. Armature will not be attracted because by that time spring torque will remain more than the torque developed by flux. But when the current through the relay coil is more than 2 ampere, when it exceeds 2 ampere, spring force, the force developed by the flux lines on the armature will be more than spring torque. And armature will be attracted towards here. Now understand. What will happen when the armature is attracted? Let me remove this whole thing. When armature is attracted, it is pivoted on this here, you can see. So this will be attracted like this. What will happen to this? It is a movable. This armature is movable. This will move up. As it will move up, what will happen? Let's say common is 0, 1 and 2. So let's say this is 1 and 0. This is 2 and 0. What will happen as this armature moves up? ये movable arm है, ठीक है? It is movable contact. This is fixed. This is also fixed. This is movable. So what will happen? ये जब attract होगा कोर की योक और पोल फेस की तरफ, this contact will move up. तो ये किसके साथ contact में आएगा? Now common will be in contact with move normally open और यहाँ का connection क्या हो जाएगा? Open. So what will happen when the armature is attracted toward the core or pole face? This contact will close, this contact will open. You can see here. And status of relay contact is changed, we can say. कब चेंज हुआ? हमने सेट किया था कि करंट अगर कोयल में से 2 एम्पियर से ज्यादा फ्लो होगा, then the armature will be attracted towards the core and उस टाइम पे ये चीज होगी. So 2 ampere is called as the pickup current here. ये केस में अगर कोयल में से करंट इससे ज्यादा हुआ, then the status of relay contact will be changed or then the operating torque will be more than restraining torque in that case, and when we can say that relay trips. समझ में आया ऑपरेशन? तो क्या होगा? जैसे ये रिले ट्रिप होगा, अभी बजर ऑन होगा, साउंड, देयर विल बी साउंड दैट देयर इज अ फॉल्ट, और ये लैंप क्या हो जाएगा? ऑफ. You can think of any logic. Okay, this is just to explain. ऐसा नहीं कि यही लॉजिक हम यूज करते हैं, नो, दिस इज जस्ट एन एग्जांपल टू अंडरस्टैंड, सिंपल, टू डेमोन्स्ट्रेट यू द कॉन्टेक्ट, स्टेटस ऑफ द कॉन्टेक्ट। ठीक है, एनी डाउट इन दिस डिस्कशन? Any doubt in this discussion? Clear? This is the simplest relay. Okay. And now, do you see any time setting? यहाँ पे कुछ टाइम का सेटिंग दिख रहा है, या जैसे ही करंट बढ़ेगा कोयल में से वो उसको अट्रैक्ट कर लेगा सेट वैल्यू से? Okay. So this relay, attracted armature relay, this is another type of construction you can see here. Okay, movable armature, same thing, coil, and here you can see the spring, as I have said. So when the current through the coil is more than set value, armature will be attracted towards here, and the contact will be closed. This relay is instantaneous in operation. Remember, attracted armature relay is instantaneous in operation. You don't see any time setting here. As soon as current is more than set value through the relay coil, armature will be attracted, and it generally operates in 1 to 2 cycles. No intentional delay you can see. Just this. If the current is more than set value, pickup value, I can say I pickup. This is I pickup. If the current is more than pickup value, it will operate in 1 to 2 cycles. Very fast acting relay. So attracted armature relay is instantaneous in operation. Understand? This is a kind of attracted armature relay. You can see this is coil, this one. Here are the CT connection from CT secondary. So CT secondary will be connected here. That will pass current through this relay coil, and you can see this is common contact. You can see here, this one. Is it visible? This one. दिखाई दे रहा है ठीक से डायग्राम में? नॉर्मली क्लोज ये वाला है, दिस इज, और नॉर्मली ओपन ये वाला है. सो हियर if I say it is 1, it is 0, it is 2, so this contact is 1, this contact is 0, this contact is 2. Suppose we want like this कि यहाँ पे बजर होना चाहिए जब ये रिले ऑपरेट हो, sorry, plus and minus. What do we do? We'll connect positive from battery to 1, 0 to hooter, and then to negative, like. और सपोज अगर नॉर्मल कंडीशन है तो लैंप चालू रहना चाहिए, देन व्हाट विल डू, विल कनेक्ट पॉजिटिव टू 2, 0 विद द लैंप एंड देन नेगेटिव. समझ में आ गया कनेक्शन कैसे होगा? दिस इज रिले कॉन्टेक्ट हियर, एंड दिस इज आर्मेचर. ये आर्मेचर है. लेट मी शो यू. दिस इज आर्मेचर, दिस वन यू कैन सी. दिस इज पोल फेस. तो आर्मेचर विल बी अट्रैक्टेड, और यहाँ पे स्प्रिंग होगा यहाँ पे. व्हेन विल हैव फिजिकल क्लासेस, व्हेनेवर पॉसिबल, जब भी आप कैंपस में आओगे, आई विल शो यू द एक्चुअल रिले इन लेबोरेटरी, and we'll see how it will operate. It is a very simple relay. Some of you might have used it in your project. आपने प्रोजेक्ट में ये यूज भी किया होगा किसी ने. 12 वोल्ट रिले और मे बी 24 वोल्ट रिले, छोटा सा. That is what is attracted armature relay. Most simple relay. Generally, this relay is used as a auxiliary relay. Mostly. एट्रैक्टेड आर्मेचर रिले को हम ऑक्सिलरी रिले के फॉर्म में यूज करते हैं मोस्टली, ठीक है। So that is how the relay operates. So what is connection? Suppose if you ये main relay का contact है और ये 86 हम दिखाते थे, then this is 86 coil of auxiliary relay, let's say. इसको मैं main relay के NO contact के series में connect करूंगा and supply will be given. When main relay will operate, current will pass through the attracted armature relay coil and it will attract the armature, and within one cycle auxiliary relay contact will become closed and tripping will happen. All other functions like alarm, initiations, here it will have set of contact. यहाँ पे नहीं दिखाई दे रहा. You may have 9 contact, 12 contact, or whatever number of contacts you require, you may have from this relay. It is very simple, very rugged. Okay, clear? One of the problem with this type of relay we'll discuss. Suppose when the AC current is passing through the relay coil, ठीक है, like this. Suppose this is AC current. What will happen when current falls through zero? करंट जीरो होगा तब यहाँ पे फ्लक्स क्या रहेगा? Quickly, we don't have much time. When current through the relay coil falls through zero, वो जीरो से पास होगा तो कोर में कितना फ्लक्स रहेगा? यस रोहित, करेक्ट. एनीवन एल्स? मैं ये इंस्टेंट की बात कर रहा हूं, दिस इंस्टेंट आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट, हर एक साइकिल में. समझ में आ रहा है क्वेश्चन? What will be the current when the current through the relay coil passes? It is alternating current, let's say, passing through the relay coil. Suppose, so CT secondary में से current जब जीरो में से पास होगा, what will be the flux in the core? Question is very simple. अगर current जीरो हो गया वो मोमेंट पे, तो फ्लक्स क्या होगा कोर के अंदर? Yes, it is zero because flux and current are in phase. करंट जीरो, फ्लक्स जीरो, तो फोर्स क्या हो जाएगा यहाँ पे? अगर आर्मेचर को अट्रैक्ट किया है, एट दिस मोमेंट व्हाट विल बी द फोर्स? जीरो. तो स्प्रिंग की वजह से कांटेक्ट क्या हो जाएगा? रिले ऑपरेट हो चुका है, लेकिन व्हेन करंट गोज थ्रू द जीरो, देयर इज नो इनफ फोर्स टू अट्रैक्ट द आर्मेचर, और स्प्रिंग की वजह से वो आर्मेचर क्या हो जाएगा? मूव हो जाएगा बैक. फिर से जब करंट बढ़ेगा फिर से वो अट्रैक्ट होगा, देन दैट विल कॉज द अट्रैक्शन. You can say, or we can say that the armature will continuously move towards the yoke and back. That is called as the chattering. So this is one of the issue, that when the current goes through zero in this relay, due to absence of the force, spring will pull armature back, और फिर से वो अट्रैक्ट होगा, पुल बैक होगा, अट्रैक्ट होगा. सो दैट इज व्हाट इज कॉल्ड एज द चैटरिंग. नाउ व्हाट इज सॉल्यूशन टू अवॉइड चैटरिंग इज दैट we will not allow flux to become zero, net flux, so the pole pace will be splitted. क्या करेंगे हम? फ्लक्स को दो पार्ट में डिवाइड कर देंगे यहाँ पे, एंड देन नेट फ्लक्स विल नेवर बी जीरो. सो दैट इज द सॉल्यूशन टू अवॉइड चैटरिंग. जब डीसी में यूज करेंगे तभी तो कोई प्रॉब्लम है ही नहीं, बिकॉज इन डीसी करंट अगर उसको मैं ऑक्सिलरी रिले के फॉर्म में यूज करता हूं, देन देयर इज नो इश्यू का, क्योंकि उसको तो हमने क्या किया है? डीसी सप्लाई दिया है. तो डीसी सप्लाई में ये चीज नहीं होगी, चैटरिंग. बट इफ आई यूज द सेम रिले इन एसी एप्लीकेशन, then chattering may be an issue, and in that case generally the pole is splitted into two parts, so that net flux in the core will never become zero. समझ में आ गया? And that is how we avoid chattering. Clear? Yes, good. So let me take the screenshot of the participants, and then we'll end the session. So tomorrow we are going to start a very important relay, overcurrent relay, induction disk relay. Remember, don't miss this sessions. This relay is very important because entire one unit after this overcurrent protection of transmission line, it is based on this relay only. So if you miss now next 2 to 3 session, you won't be able to understand anything in the next unit. Okay. So please wait for a moment. Let me take the screenshot of the participants. By the time you can enter your enrollment number in the chat box, but do not leave the class, please. Okay, everyone, please enter your enrollment number in the chat box, and you can leave the class. With this, I'll end the session. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day.